Alright, hello. Number 2 is going to be a little bit different because it's mostly going to be just a recap of stuff that I did after the first video. You know, I spent so long editing the first video that by the time I actually got to play the game, you know, more off camera, it had gone dark, so this is just a recap of all the stuff that's happened since then pretty much. As you can see right there at the campfire, Tom Nook gives you a camping cot for the tent, and he also says that he's left a couple of packages back there for you, so you open the packages. It has a radio and a lamp and of course the cot that he gives you. And yeah, it looks nice and cozy in there. The lighting on that lamp actually looks pretty good. The lighting looks really good in this game, especially indoors. And then when you do decide to go to sleep, you have this little conversation with KK. And he just sort of gives you like a tutorial about how you can have family on the island and how it's better enjoyed with more people. And you can see he also says that when you wake back up, you'll be in sync with real time. So the first day, the tutorial day, isn't actually in sync with real time, just because they want it to be held during the day and then have it be night time by the time you do the campfire. So you wake up the next morning, and here you can see it's in sync with real time now. Tom Nook wakes you up, and he introduces you to the Nook phone. Now we've seen this on the, you know, like the trailers and like the presentations and stuff. And you know, it's just, most of this is still all tutorial stuff. He introduces you to all the apps. We'll get a much better look at those later. But yeah, after you're done with the tutorial on the Nook phone with Tom Nook, you get a couple of letters from Nintendo, and I've just flashed those on screen just so you can have a look at them. You get 2 presents with those letters as well. One of them is a Nintendo Switch, and the other one is a sort of like a card that helps you to learn the simple DIY workbench recipe. And here you can see I make my way over to Tom Nook's tent over in the plaza, and he gives you the crafting tutorial, and the tutorial is how to make the flimsy fishing rod. And yeah, this is just me learning the simple DIY workbench recipe, which you get from the Nintendo letter. There's a bunch of Nook miles that you have to complete. We'll get into those later, but it's just a bunch of little tasks that you do, and they give you points to help you progress the game, and one of those tasks was to write on the bulletin board. So I told everyone to stay hydrated. Another one of the tasks was to plant a bunch of flowers and water them, so there you go, I'm doing that. Like I say, we'll probably get into the Nook Miles a lot more later. Now for this, you might want to skip this bit because for the next few minutes of the video, it's just going to be just catching up on all the fish and the bugs that I caught later that night. So there you have the crucian carp. I'll put the time up on screen of when you might want to skip to. Feel free to skip if you're not interested in this. But next we have the loach. Then I did a bit of sea fishing, and you can see Tommy's there to congratulate the sea bass. Here's to many more sea basses. Oh, the sea bass. Next is the bitterling. This is pretty funny, I kid you not. This was the first tree I ever shook, and what are the chances that it would be a bee tree? But as you can see right there, I've played Animal Crossing before. I knew to quickly run into the nearest building, and luckily Tom Nook's tent, sorry, was right there. There was a moth flying outside it, and I quickly caught that moth just after exiting, and then as you can see right there, an anchovy. Next is the dab, a 2017 fish. Just yeah, the chances of my first tree being a bee tree. Here we have the red snapper. The fish look really good in this game, by the way. They did a really good job on making the fish look realistic, like the goby. If you remember the goby from previous games, it looks really cartoony and weird, but it looks really good in this game. And the barred knife jaw as well. So yeah, this is pretty funny, this next clip. I was just fishing, you know, for most of the night. I was earning bells, that's why I was fishing so much. But I can see that Ursula in the background was looking down at something. And Hamlet's there as well. And look at it. There's only a bloody tarantula there. And yeah, excuses, the tree was in the way, I couldn't see it. I go to catch it and it bites me and my character faints. So yeah, maybe next time. Next is the dace. Here we have this big boy, the olive flounder. It looks so much better in this game. Yeah, they did a really good job with the fish. And then here, there's a message bottle on the ground. And I go to pick it up, but there's a hermit crab next to it. And the hermit crab is treated like a bug in this game. You catch it with the net. So there's the hermit crab. Next we have the yellow perch. Ignore that boot next to my tent. I caught that while fishing. Next is the horse mackerel. Again, looking really good. I don't want to stress too much about how good the fish look, but I'm just killing the time basically. This is the sea butterfly. There's something pretty interesting about the sea butterfly, which I'll show you later. Here's the tiger beetle, just stalking it, sneaking up on it. Next is the tarantula. Round 2, Mr. Tarantula. So yeah, what I found out is you've got to sneak up really slowly on it, and then it'll kind of raise its defense up at you, and you've got to wait for it to charge, and as soon as it charges, that's when you strike. And yeah, I ended up catching it the second time lucky. Next is the squid. I'm surprised they didn't do a Splatoon joke there, I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty cool. Right here, I love this detail. When you catch a massive fish, your character actually holds it with both of their hands, so really cool. And then, as you can see, right at the end of the session, I ended up with a total of 57,000 bells. Now, this is today. This is earlier on today, the day 2. And yeah, I managed to catch the butterflies this time. I was able to play during the evening, so I can catch more of the bugs. So first was the common butterfly, then we have the yellow butterfly. Shouldn't all butterflies be yellow? And then finally the tiger butterfly, and now we're all caught up on the fishing bugs. And I suppose now we'll go back to live gameplay. Alright. This is what my tent looks like now. Most of the fish that I caught are now being stored in here. The reason for that is I want each of the first, fishing bug that I caught to be the one that I put in the museum. So yeah, that's why that's why my tent looks like that. There's even more outside as well, which you'll see. There they are. And as you can see, it's already night time again. Yeah, I've had to put my lamp and my tent out there. Yeah, I spent, like I say, editing takes up so much time. And so by the time I actually get to play, it's always night time. So I'll get time to play during the day soon, but it's just the way it is. Yeah, there's more fish out here. So yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll check this new mail, see what it's saying. Oh, it's from Mom. Now I'm British, so I actually pronounce it Mum, but my dear Joe, whenever I see a plane, I think of you and wave at all those airborne strangers with all my might. I had no idea how many flights took off each day. My arm is exhausted. Enjoy your fresh start, Mom. Sweet. Oh, she gave us a present as well. We'll see what's in this present. There's probably more fishing bugs in my pockets actually. Like I say, I'm just earning bells in the early days of Animal Crossing. It's 3 apples. Wow, sweet. That's really cool because my island fruit is peaches, so it's cool to have apples. I feel bad though because one of my friends who I've known since New Leaf, she has apples. Oh my god, a tarantula. She has apples. Let's see if I can catch this live. Hey, hell yes. Yeah, she has apples, and she was kind of looking forward to giving them to me, and I was going to give her peaches, but I already have apples now, so what a shame. As I said before, I think I'll just give you a quick look at the nut miles, because I did quite a lot of them yesterday off camera. You have to go on this one here, and as you can see, you've just got all this stuff like catching 20 fish. Oh, actually, it looks like I've almost got the second one, 95 out of 100. The first one was to catch 10 fish, sorry. I did that on the 20th of March, that's where I got confused. But yeah, you can see I've almost got the second advancement in that, which is pretty cool. Island togetherness, which is talking to your neighbours every day. You've got catching bugs, that's 10 bugs. What else have we got here? I did loads of them, I'm not going to go through all of them, but this one is DIY recipes, unlocking DIY recipes. Earning and learning. What else have we got here? Planting trees, planting flowers. Go ahead, be shellfish, which is to sell 10 shells. Trash fishing, which was to reel in junk from the river, so one of them was the boot. And then you had the cans and the stones and all that stuff. Cast master, which was to catch 10 fish in a row. Hoard reward, which is putting stuff in your tent, which I cheated by putting all the fish in there. But yeah, you can see I've gained a total of 9,450, so I'm just going to keep on advancing these. Hopefully I'll do some live. And yeah, you've got your DIY recipes here. You get some of these from like messages in a bottle. You get some of them from talking to your neighbours. So this is just what I have this is just what I have so far. Still early days. You've got your custom patterns, your map, your passport. This is pretty cool. You can edit your passport. And I've changed my title to the Wild World Camper. It's pretty cool because from fishing up, rubbish from the river. Oh, excuse me a second. It's pretty cool because from fishing up rubbish from the river, you can unlock different titles for yourself. And one of the ones that you can unlock is Trash. You can call yourself Wild World Trash if you want to. So yeah, you can customise it to however you want. We'll call ourselves Wild World Trash for now. Oh, I didn't save it, so we'll stay as a Wild World Camper. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, you've got your camera as well. You can take pictures of your character. Capture taken. Whoops. I've not really used much of it yet, but yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, one thing that's really cool to mention actually is at the start of each day, stuff like sticks and other crafting materials will basically refresh. I couldn't do all of the crafting, you know, Nook Miles yesterday because I actually ran out of crafting stuff, you know, to kind of forage, so it's cool that they reset. I had a feeling they would. But yeah, you can see here's the flowers that I planted yesterday. I'll water them some more later on, advance those Nook Miles. I think what else we'll do, we'll yeah, I know about this. This is going back to the GameCube days when you have something shiny in the ground. And yeah, you have to dig it up with a shovel. Now, I haven't unlocked the shovel yet, so I can't do that. But what we'll do is we'll find Ursula and Hamlet, and we'll see what dialogue they have to say. I don't think any of them are in the tents. Hamlet is actually. So we'll go talk to Hamlet. Yo, welcome. Relax and make yourself at home, Hammy. I came for a chat. Someone said we could set our furniture up anywhere we like. Oh, except for the plaza. I'm thinking of putting together an outdoor gym. What do you think? If you think you've got an idea you think will get everyone pumped, don't hold back, Hammy. Nice. Looks like Hamlet's tent isn't full of fish, just like mine is. I look like a bloody... what's it called? Ichthyologist. the inside of my tent looks like an ichthyology research tent. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's look for Ursula. There she is, right on cue. We'll see what Ursula has to say. Oh, hey, Grumph. What brings you here? I want to chat. If you ever run out of something you need, Timmy's the place to go to buy more. He'll also buy up your spare lumber and weeds in case you're snapped for bells. He's totally upfront with his prices too, so it's real easy to work out a deal, Grumph. Thanks, Ursula. I was already doing that yesterday. So I said before that there's something interesting about the sea butterfly, which I'll show you now. There's a really cool new detail in this game with the fish when you display them indoors. The fish tanks actually all have a light on them now. So that's really cool. Such a cool detail, and once again the lighting looks so good indoors in this game. But the sea butterfly, check this out. When you turn the light on, then the sea butterfly tank. Look at that. I want to call those spines. Just a really cool detail. Just really paying attention to the real world, you know, the real world creatures, if you will. And yeah, just such a cool detail. Just how the sea butterfly reacts to the light there. And it does the same thing when you turn it off as well. So yeah, just really interesting. Just a small little detail to appreciate. And then right here, the flounder as well. Check that out. The flounder reacts to the light. So yeah, I love the details like that. So yeah, I know it looks pretty messy with all the fish indoors and outdoors, but until I unlock a storage item like a wardrobe or a dresser or something, I'll store them all in there and they'll be nice and clean, out the way, and then I can actually kind of focus on making the island look prettier. But yeah, just for now, that's how it looks like. Selling some stuff to Timmy here. I'm pretty sure the tarantula goes for about 10,000 bells, so we'll sell this tarantula. There's nothing else that I want to sell there because they will go to the museum. But yeah, I think the tarantula costs... or the tarantula's worth 10,000. 8,000, okay, fair enough. But yeah, if you manage to catch a tarantula, sell it. Some easy bells right there. Well, not really easy, but some good bells. A good reward. We'll water the flowers some more, advance the Nook Miles a bit more. My watering can broke, so I'll have to buy a new one. Again, early days, you only have access to the weakest of tools. That'll change later on in the game, though. It's not going to be like that forever. Alright, well I think that'll do it for this one. Now, I'll say it a million times, you know, we are early days in the game at the moment, so it will all be a bit slow. But as the game continues, it'll get more exciting.